Wait, I'm not Chris, and this isn't Planet Fitness. Actually, my name is Kristen Connor, and I work for a youth nonprofit here in Tucson, Arizona called Youth on Their Own. But more on that later because it's early in the morning and I've got to get my workout in because I have a busy day ahead of me. That moment when you wake up early, work out, shower, get ready for work, and the sun still isn't even out. Anyway, as I was saying before, I work for a nonprofit here in Tucson called Youth on Their Own, or as we like to call it, YODO. And in a nutshell, our mission is to support the high school graduation of Southern Arizona's homeless and abandoned youth. Last summer, Chris actually visited Youth on Their Own, and I think he got to see firsthand what a dire issue this is in our community. According to the Arizona Department of Education, there are almost 6,000 homeless kids in Pima County, and last year we served about a quarter of those. So why do I care so much about the plight of homeless youth? Well, I don't typically share this with a lot of people, but I was once a homeless teenager myself. My story is a combination of divorce, gambling debt, and then my parents just succumbing to the stress of it all and deciding they didn't want to parent anymore. I was on my own from 14 to 16, and that story, my story, is not all that dissimilar from those of the kids in the program. For me, this mission hits really close to home, and I just want to do everything I can to make sure that they get a shot at the education they deserve. So, I've got to finish getting ready for work, but I am excited to take you to the YODO office today and show you how we keep kids in school. Also, for those of you who are wondering, my role at Youth on Their Own is development coordinator. So, what does that mean? The best use of my time and talent is that of a fundraiser, so I'm always looking for more ways to bring more money to support more kids. So, with that being said, my days are usually spent planning fundraising events, talking to donors, and promoting our social media channels. Alright, you knew it was coming. Get ready to screenshot the next snap because I'm going to share with you all of our social media accounts and you should follow us. Alright, gotta run. I am at the monthly meeting for the Association of Fundraising Professionals, and I gotta go, so I'll check in with you guys soon. If you guys are wondering where Chris is, he is currently over on my channel, so feel free to go and add him and say hello.
Was shared by board source earlier this week. It really reconfirms what we've been thinking about and learning this last year.
Alright, so now that that's over and done with, are you guys ready to see the YODO office? I know you are! So the first person I want to introduce you to is my office mate and fellow grant writer, Marissa.
Hi everyone, my name is Marissa Casilius. I'm the grants manager at Youth on Their Own.
Alright, so first thing right off the bat, why are grants so important to Yodo?
I think the most obvious reason why grants are important to Youth on Their Own is because they fund our programs. Grants are actually about a third of our organization's budget.
So what kind of grants do you apply to, and what sort of grants does Yodo receive to fund its programs?
I apply mostly to local foundations and corporations. We do have a few city and county grants as well.
So the number one question I get in my position is, why doesn't Yodo have any federal grants?
As a relatively new grants department, there were a lot of infrastructural components that we needed to have in place before we apply for federal. We made great strides in ensuring some of those components are in place, and now it's just a matter of finding the perfect fit.
Alright, so on a more personal note, what is your favorite thing about being a grant writer?
As a grant writer, I have the privilege of working closely with all of our departments, finance, and getting financial reports, program, and getting student stories. And also it's very fulfilling knowing that I'm helping bring in money for our program, which helps meet a tremendous need in our community.
So right now, part of what I'm doing is preparing for our annual fundraiser that's called Talk of the Town, and it's our 30th anniversary. The event includes a silent auction and a raffle, and so right now I'm going to go and pick up a gift card donation from a local business. Right, but before I head back to the office, I just wanted to remind you guys that there's something going on today with Chris Strub. If you recall, Chris wrote a book about his travels last summer, and one of those chapters was actually about Youth on Their Own. For every book that Chris sells today, he's going to donate $1 back to Yodo, and $1 goes a long way. I'll tell you what, Chris, I'll match that. So for every $1 that you donate to Yodo, I'll donate $2. So, how exactly does Yodo keep kids in school? Well, I'll tell you, and there are 3 main tiers to our program. So the first one is financial assistance, and we do this by implementing an accountability-based monthly stipend. Students who attend all of their classes and make passing grades, that's C's or better, are eligible to receive $140 a month. So obviously the stipend is not designed to make them rich, but it's designed to offset their poverty so that they can focus on school. The second part of our program is basic needs. So we have a mini mall on site where kids can get food, clothing, school supplies, and toiletries. When Chris visited Yodo last summer, he actually volunteered in the mini mall, so he helped restock the items and organize it so that it's easy for kids to navigate. And also part of basic needs will cover some of those emergency costs for homeless youth, whether that's rent, utilities, or a medical bill. Finally, the third component of our program is guidance/mentoring, which is the most critical component of our program. Just by nature of their circumstance, these kids don't have parents. They don't have anyone guiding them through high school and what life is like after high school. So that's where Youth on Their Own comes in. We have several full-time staff members who work one-on-one with the students and act as mentors for them as they graduate. All right, let's go check out the mini mall. So I was here in the mini mall and I ran into Danny, who's one of our student advocates.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm a student advocate. I've been at Yodo for 8 months now.
So as a student advocate, you work one-on-one with a lot of the kids in our program. Can you tell us a little bit about what your day-to-day looks like?
My typical day has to do with helping students. So, for instance, today I gave clothes to a student who recently got removed from his home.
How do kids find out about youth on their own, and how do they enroll in our program? 10 seconds or less.
And enroll through word of mouth from friends recognizing their situation, or our volunteers, the school liaisons.
Because I know you're busy, what is your favorite part about being a student advocate here at Yodo?
Working at Yodo and helping the students. I love being able to help them get their basic needs so they can focus on high school.
And now I have with me Chris's favorite Yodo staff member of all time, David Martin. To find out a little bit more about David and what he does, you can go to Chris's website. There is a full-length interview from this past summer. But for now, really quickly, in 10 seconds or less, David, what is your favorite part about working at Yodo?
My favorite part about working with Yodo is the people I work with.
All right, before I leave you to do your job, do you have any message for your favorite Snapchatter, Chris Strub?
Bow tie up, buddy.
Okay. So I'm going to take you guys next door over to our home store, which is where we operate our internship program. We actually purchased this building last summer, and 100% of the proceeds go to our program, supporting more homeless kids in need. So in addition to getting paid and getting retail experience, these kids get the opportunity to work in a unique, one-of-a-kind thrift store. Think Home Goods or a gently used Bed Bath & Beyond. Those are the kind of products we sell here in the Yodo home store. I actually have to be careful about filming in there because we currently have student interns who are staffing the store. And you know, that's one of the main challenges that we have as a nonprofit is how do we share our story without revealing the identity of our clients? You know, in all of our media and marketing materials, we don't post real names and we can't post real photos. You know, many of our clients are under 18 or maybe they're a ward of the state, and you know, quite frankly, most of them don't want to be known. You know, as a former homeless teen myself, that's a stigma I'm always trying to break for people, is that these kids don't want to be known. They're embarrassed. Well, I guess that's a question I have for you guys. You know, are you interested in nonprofits sharing their stories on social media? No, let me know and keep in touch. You know, let's keep this dialogue open. I'd love to hear your feedback. Shop local, eat local. Alright, I have a new dress, I have dinner from a local restaurant downtown, and now it's time to head home. Little fun fact about me, I personally am vegan, so I just picked up dinner from a place downtown called Veg in a Box. My favorite way to wind down every afternoon is to walk on the river path with my dog. You know, I'm not from Tucson originally. I'm actually from New Orleans, but God, the desert is just so beautiful. How lucky am I to live here? God, amazing. I don't know, I mean, I'm a believer in, you know, you should always try to live your best life, and I'm living mine. I don't know, even if I weren't working at an awesome nonprofit like Youth on Their Own, I think I'd still pick Tucson. So, I'll pose the question, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? It's getting dark, so before all of the snakes and tarantulas and scorpions come out, we better head back.